Okay, we're looking at circles and sectors in this tutorial. Here's a circle, and let's concentrate on circumference first. Right, the red line appearing is the circumference. It's one lap right around. It's the distance around the edge. The formula for circumference equals pi times diameter, pi d. Or if you're used to it, you might prefer to use 2 pi r, 2 times pi times radius. You use one of those formulas, it's up to you. Just to remind you, pi equals 3.1415926. It actually goes forever, the decimals. So to be accurate, use your calculator, your scientific calculator, and use the pi button on it. Okay? Only type in 3.14 from now on if you cannot find a pi button, but please have a close look, you should be able to find it. Okay, look at the circle. I've just drawn in a diameter. It goes from edge to edge through the middle. That's a diameter. If it only goes to the middle, from the edge to the middle, it's a radius. But let's concentrate on diameters. And this is how the formula works. Okay, let's put a mark at the top at 12 o'clock. Another mark around about 4 o'clock. That's one diameter. I need you to imagine that there's been one diameter stretched around between those two yellow marks. Now another one. A second diameter goes between those two down the bottom. Now a third one. We almost got all the way around. Just a little piece at the top. In fact, it's 0.1415926 and so on. The point of this is that it's good to understand how a formula works, not just learn it. If you get the diameter and stretch it around the circle, it will be stretched around pi times, so 3 and a bit times. That's where pi is coming from. Okay, so the diameter stretches around a circle 3 and a bit times. Okay, question 1. Calculate the circumference of the circle below. There it is. Alright, press pause and press play when you're ready. Okay, C equals pi d. So circumference equals pi times diameter equals pi times 10 meters equals 31.415 and so on. Just round to 2 decimal places if it's not asked usually, or even 1. 31.42 meters. Okay, that's the answer for question 1. Okay, question 2. We now have a perimeter of a sector. A sector is like a piece of pizza. It has an angle and a radius. All right, it's actually got 2 radii. Calculate the perimeter now. Press pause and play when you're ready. Okay, perimeter equals add sides. That's our basic formula. So let's add all the sides of the perimeter of the sector together. We've got 15 centimeters and another 15 centimeters. That's the 2 radii, plus the arc length. Okay, so we've got 30 centimeters plus the arc length. Don't forget those 2 radii. Some people do. Let's calculate the arc length though. We don't know what it is. We need to calculate it. It's a fraction of the whole circumference. Okay, so we need to calculate a fraction of the whole circumference. In this case, the fraction is 60 out of 360, 60 degrees. So it's 60 out of 360 times the circumference, so pi times diameter. So fraction of circumference. If we type it into our calculator, it would be 60 divided by 360 times pi times 30. And you get equals the arc length 15.71 centimeters. Let's put that into our final answer. 15 plus 15 plus 15.71. Full perimeter 45.71 centimeters. If you want to watch that again or hear it again, just drag your slider back and go over it again. Otherwise, we'll go on to area now. Area of circles and sectors. The area measures the size of the inside of the circle or the sector. So the inside, remember, and it's measured using squares. And the formula, area equals pi times radius squared. Okay, so pi r squared. That's the only formula you can use. Let's have a look at how it works really quickly. There's 4 squares there. So it's like 4 times radius squared. All right, 4 times radius squared. That's 1 radius squared, 1 radius squared, a third one and a fourth one. And there's my radiuses coming That's my radiuses there. So that's the radiuses squared, 4 times radius squared. But when we put a circle in, it's not 4 times radius squared. A little bit's missing, so it's 3 and a bit times radius squared. Okay, let's get rid of those ones. It's 3 and a bit times radius squared. And each little sector there has an area of 0.7854, so on. When you add them up, they add to pi. All right, so the point is it's not 4 times radius squared, it's pi times radius squared, 3.1415 and so on. Okay, just a little bit of knowledge there about why the formula actually works. So it's pi r squared. Let's look at question 3. Calculate the area of the circle below. There it is. Press pause and play when you're ready. Okay, a equals pi r squared equals pi times 5 squared. Now the radius is only 5 meters. It's halfway. Hopefully you didn't get tricked there, but if you did, just realise it's 5 meters for the radius, halfway across. So the answer is 78.53981 and so on, square meters. So rounding off to 2 decimals, 78.54 square meters. Question 4, final question. The area of the sector below, there it is. Press pause and play when you're ready. Okay, similar to the last one, the area of a sector equals a fraction of the circle times the area of the circle. So the fraction of the circle, 60 degrees out of 360, times the area of the whole circle. So in this case, the fraction is 60 out of 360 times the area of the circle, pi r squared. So we type in 60 divided by 360 times pi times 15 squared, because the radius is 15. And our answer, 117.8 square centimetres. All right, you may want to look at that one again. But it's the fraction of the circle times the area of the full circle. Okay, it's time for you to try it out.